As soon as I stamp my foot here in Washington, Putin will immediately end the war in Ukraine. This is exactly how Donald Trump thinks and behaves when talking about the deal with Russia. Before the election, Donald Trump said that he would return peace to Ukraine in a day. Therefore, many people believed, and continue to believe in, it after his inauguration. And I must admit, I also believed this until November, but after watching 2 of his full interviews, my opinion changed. And my eyes were opened for clarity and realism. I must say, I wanted to express my opinion about Donald Trump, as well as the peacemaker and finisher of the war in Ukraine, back in late November. But I kept putting it off and hoped for hope by another 1%. But I decided to express my opinion after Trump officially took office. Now I think it's all an illusion. And the way Trump behaved, and after the election, if we take into account all his statements and passages. And also do not forget that he is just a businessman, trader, entrepreneur, then, in my opinion, his methods, as Americans like to call it, transactions, will be simple economic threats, blackmail, and actions. And therefore, Donald Trump will act and negotiate with Russia and Putin as a black realtor. And all the events prepared by Donald Trump will manifest themselves as a banal raider seizure, and it is this attempt that the newly elected President of America will carry out. But, on the side of Ukraine, Trump will simply force Ukrainians to pay with land, population, and all the riches of nature. All of this for me is confirmed by Trump's statements, plus Trump's impudent desire to buy Greenland, and Canada's violent matchmaking. Although not only these facts. For example, after taking office, when signing the decrees, Trump expressed his opinion and desire that he wanted to buy a share of shares in TikTok. And most likely we are talking about 50 or even 51% of the company's shares. He said it would be a good deal. And if China does not agree to the deal, then he, Trump, will consider it aggression. TikTok is owned by the Beijing-based Chinese company ByteDance. In other words, in the words of Trump and American politicians, the refusal to sell TikTok shares is China's aggression towards the United States. But NATO troops near the Russian borders and its allies, as well as the supply of American weapons to Ukraine, are protecting democracy and America's interests. I will add here Trump's statements to impose tariffs, levies on countries that will be provided from the dollar, as from the world payment currency, as well as a clear desire and frank indirect statements to break up, destroy the BRICS. I will not cite the original videos of these statements of Trump here. Whoever wants it will find everything himself. Or will see this information over time. I can say one thing, that Donald Trump behaves like an ordinary pompous, arrogant American politician, who believes that America is the pinnacle of evolution, and everyone else is slaves, and should obediently bow low. It's just that Trump's weapon is money. And Donald Trump behaves like a teenager in puberty. And constantly measured with Vladimir Putin cosine. Sorry for my French, I'm not going to give anatomical words here, and I think everyone will guess for themselves what cosine Donald Trump measures with Russia and Vladimir Putin. A supporter and fan of Donald Trump, I just want to say, don't throw tomatoes, sneakers, sarcasm, and profanity at me. This is just my opinion, in which I may be right or I may be wrong. Just time will tell everything. Well, or continue listening to the most classified insiders and hype bloggers. Bye-bye to everyone.